Welcome back to the news at 10. In 2012, more than half the indigents of the displaced Bakassi people of Cross River State were disenfranchised following a court injunction by a factional group restraining INEC from conducting elections in some designated areas. Well, that led to a protest that yielded no positive result. The 6 weeks extension of the 2015 general elections should be an advantage to the people of Bakassi, which has the lowest percentage of PVC collection among the 18 local government areas of Cross River State. This is the focus of our community report tonight.
Etisala, now you're talking.
The Bakassi Peninsula struggle is one that has been on for years following the International Court of Justice judgment ceding the oil-rich region to Cameroon. This led to the forceful eviction of many indigents from a place they've called home for many years. This is usually one of the rare, exciting moments when visitors come around to see to their needs. But the excitement is usually cut short as they return to their pain at the expiration of such visits.
Irrespective that we have a lot of the challenge here in the camp, no food for us, no light, no water, no medical care for us over some months.
Our children, they sick, we not see drugs to give them. I myself, I come from operation and not get money to take buy medicine.
At the moment, all they want is an opportunity to exercise their franchise and vote for a leader they believe will represent them well. Looking forward to the elections, which are less than 2 weeks away, they had patiently waited for the opportunity to get registered and now have their temporary voter cards. But they're yet to get the permanent ones.
I have my own PVC, my own temporary voter's card. Yes, so it's here with me. Yes, it's here to collect the permanent voter's card.
We don't hear anybody to come and then help us, enlighten us on what to do. We are just there. We don't just know where to go and what to do.
I'm ready to vote government if they give me the permanent one.
We are still begging for when we are to cut the original copy of the card so for us to vote.
Also worried about the situation, the leaders of these displaced persons are once again drawing the attention of the federal government to their plight.
In spite of their vicissitudes, in spite of their problems, they have been able to register and they are determined to vote. We have completely over the years exonerated Cross River State governments on the issue of Bakassi. It is purely a federal government matter.
According to Senator Florence Itagiwa, there may be light at the end of the tunnel, but many challenges still stare them in the face.
With the arrangement we have on ground with ICANN, because that arrangement is still there, we have made sure that ICANN has produced the House of Assembly member, which we are all going to vote for. My fear is the issue of the PVC. You know, once we are able to send boats to bring the people back, which is what we have been doing, until we go and, get properly resettled in Day Spring, then everybody will move back home. But for now, there is free movement. It's not a problem.
Will INEC give consideration to these displaced people in spite of their peculiar challenge and allow them more time to get their voter cards? Whatever decision taken by INEC, what remains paramount to the 3,000 people fighting for space in this classroom is to have the opportunity to be treated like other Nigerians who have the right to vote and be voted for.
Etisala, now you're talking.
The federal government has attributed the epileptic power supply in the country to the activities of vandals who destroy oil and gas facilities and power generation lines in the country. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the Minister of Power, Professor Chinedu Nibo, said there is a deliberate act of sabotage by some persons who are determined to subject Nigerians to poor power supply. Professor Nibo said Nigeria has suffered about 200 cases of sabotage in the recent past, which has affected the 4,500 megawatts already achieved.
Just this week, 2 vandals were arrested in Akwa Ibom and jailed for 5 years. Also, in Oyo State, there were 2 convictions most recently, and these have already been jailed. There are others, but I'm just talking about the most recent. So with the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, we are working very hard to ensure that this whole event of vandalism is wiped out.
First Bank. You first.
Hello, welcome to Business News. I'm Anne Nwawadu. The fundamentals of the Nigerian forex market remain strong and resilient despite speculative trading and nervousness at the market. This is according to the CBN Governor's Special Advisor on Communication, Ugochukwu Okorafor, and comes after dealers deploying for the first time a circuit breaker agreed among themselves last month after the Naira dropped more than 2% to a record low of 204 Naira 25 kobo to the dollar, but then closed at 202 Naira per dollar. In a telephone interview, Mr. Okorafor again reiterated the CBN's commitment to ensure stability of the Naira.
The political era of these political activities that have increased in tempo, and then, of course, with the postponement of the date of the election, there's been a lot of speculative activity, and the market has been nervous. So it's expected that such things will happen. And when such volatility is experienced, which obviously has no bearing whatsoever with the fundamentals of the market or the economy, then you have to stop and find out what is happening. And like I said, the problem is speculation. It has nothing to do with genuine demand. These are just speculative activities attacking the market. And CBN intervened and brought the market to order. We are determined to have an orderly market, a stable market, in line with the mandate of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Over 50 billion naira has been disbursed by the central bank to generation and distribution companies in the country. The governor of the central bank, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, said the intervention in the power sector is expected to ensure constant power supply. This is the second tranche of disbursement to distribution companies and 3 generation companies. The first was on the 3rd of February 2015. Nigerian Breweries has assured its shareholders that its merger with Consolidated Breweries Limited will enhance operational efficiencies. This was the major point of discussion when the enlarged management of the company paid a visit to the Nigerian Stock Exchange in Lagos. Our correspondent Temple Ashaju reports.
Expanded management of Nigerian breweries on the floor of the local boss. Here to update market operators on the merger and acquisition of Consolidated Breweries Nigeria Limited. With affirmations from the board chairman, Kolawole Jamodu, investors are assured that the acquisition is a catalyst for more wealth.
And we are now in the process of integrating the 2 companies. The enlarged company will add value to the activities of Nigeria Stock Exchange, to which we are committed. And the improved performance of the enlarged company will no doubt contribute to the earnings of the Stock Exchange. As you are aware, we are fully committed to the Stock Exchange. We are very, very committed to post-listing requirements. In this regard, we have won some laurels in the past. What it means today is that we will not be able to make any comments about financials because we are in a period you will refer to as a silent period.
Thereafter sounds the closing gong to close the market. Nigerian Breweries recently acquired Consolidated Breweries Limited, bringing its total number of breweries across Nigeria to 11. With about 20 brands of lagers, stouts, and non-alcoholic drinks, it looks like a new dawn for the company in cost savings and other operational expenses. Temple Ashaju, Channels Television News.
The bears met continued to dominate activities at the Nigerian equities market as investors continued to book profit off some major stocks. The all-share index ended midweek session 1.39%, lower than 28,721.7, with a lower market capitalization of 9.58 trillion naira. Bisi Adebayo reports.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. It was another bearish session at the local bourse as investors continue to book profit off some market heavyweights, leading to a 1.39% drop in the key broad index. The all-share index ended midweek session at 28,721.27 with a lower market capitalization of 9.58 trillion naira. Forte Oil, Dangote Cement and WAPCO were the heaviest losers for this session. On the other hand, Julius Berger, Better Glass and Okomo Oil were the toast of investors as they emerged the top three price appreciators. Bank stocks dominated on the volume charts with Access Bank, FBN Holdings and FCMB in the top three category. At the end of the day's trade, volume came in at 339.45 million shares, valued at 6.10 trillion naira, and exchanged in 3,512 deals. And that ends the stock market reports. I am Bisi Adebayo.
Thank you, Bisi. That's it on Business News tonight. To take a quick look at the global market figures for today, the news at 10 continues shortly.
First Bank. You first.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Moroccan Football Federation rejects CAF decision to ban it from the next two African Cup of Nations. And that's on sports. Do stay with us.